What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for this really quick video, and today we'll be talking about the most requested jump shot base so far, Malcolm Brogdon base. There's a lot of good bases recently, so with this one, let's see if this base can keep up. And by the way, thank you guys for all the support in this series. Your recommendations and likes really keep this series going, so it would be really awesome if you guys can leave some recommendations after watching or leave a like to support this series. So now let's get right into it. So for those of you who don't know how this jump shot series works, basically every video I'll be covering a specific base or release, and I will cross compare it to others that I already covered. In this way, we can build those charts up video per video. There will be lots of elements that will be covered in this one, which is not included on the 2K charts, like front challenge, side drift, and visual comparisons. So now for the first one, in terms of shot speed, I covered 8 so far, and it's right at the end. It's the slowest one so far. And to give you a visual perspective, here you go. And now for the next one, the side drift. For those of you who don't know what side drift is, that's the sideways movement that a jump shot does when you shoot. And that is not just cosmetics because it will actually affect coverage. And in here you can see, it's right there at the 6th place, better than KD and T-Mac. And by the way, side drift stat can be kinda subjective. Maybe some of you guys want your jump shot to drift on one side so you can exploit it. And some of you might want a more stable base because based on my experience, the more side drift the jump shot has, the harder to see the visual cue. So it's really up to you how you want to treat this chart here. And now for the most important part, the front challenge reduction. For me personally, it's the most important element because it factors in a lot of things, like your shot speed, release height, front drift, which is the forward motion of your base, defensive immunity, and some other stuff. If you watched my last video, on paper, Thor seems to be better than KD because it's faster and higher. But after getting the results, I found out that the ramp is actually better. And that's because KD has that fadeaway motion, and that fadeaway motion is not indicated on the 2K charts. What I'm trying to say here is that we can't just rely on those charts that 2K gave us. And now for the results, and here you can see it's right there at the 2nd place behind T-Mac, which is not a bad place to be honest. To be ahead compared to the top heavies like, Prince, KD, Shepard, and Thor, it's not a bad place. It just happened that T-Mac is just too good. And by the way, these are just stats. There's a lot of elements about a base that can't be put into numbers, like how it plants the feet of your player, the flow, the actual feel, and some other stuff. So these numbers here are just guides. I'm not judging them overall. Now, to put more sense why it's really high on the list, and here you can see, yeah, KD is leaning back a bit more, but Brogdon base release is really higher. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is probably the highest release that I've tested. So in summary, Brogdon base is really good challenge reduction despite the slow shot speed, and has pretty decent side drift. So that's all for the video. Again, please leave any base recommendation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.